Yeah, let's get into it.
Filing alleges the owner had contracts with several sneaker companies, including one based in Oregon, but that the contracts prohibited him from reselling the shoes outside the U.S. or to another retailer. But prosecutors say he did just that through a money transfer, commonly referred to as a mirror exchange, using Chinese money couriers. According to the filing, those money couriers told investigators they were directed to collect and assemble large amounts of U.S. currency from Chinese women believed to be involved in prostitution. Prosecutors say that money was then transferred for the retail goods, sometimes through Charlotte, and then ultimately introduced into the banking system through deposits. Filing alleges the owner had...
Yikes. So this is famous sneaker store in America. Social Status. Famous, popular. Social Status money laundering scheme. Nike sneakers backdoor to China. Chinese money couriers directed to collect money from Chinese prostitutes. That money then deposited into U.S. banks. A Charlotte businessman is at the center of a $32 million laundering scheme. IRS agents claim that the Social Status owner sold sneakers and apparel to a Chinese national who then resold the items over a 5-year period. No charges have been made. This is the update. James Whitner is the Charlotte businessman at the center of this multi-million-dollar money laundering case. Beginning no later than 2016, Whitner sold millions of dollars of products to a Chinese national, referred to as YG, who then resold the products overseas. Whitner stated that the money couriers could be into Lord knows what, but that his business was exchanging shoes for money, and the businesses needed its revenue. Yeah, this is that's nasty work. But now upon reading it, I don't think this is as bad as they're trying to say. I don't think this is as bad as they're trying to say. This is from the Whitaker Group. This is from the Whitaker Group right here. The recent action by the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Western District of North Carolina comes after significant cooperation and good faith negotiations on our part. To be clear, while we take the allegations in the complaint seriously, they are unfounded, unrelated to our business or this community, and unjustified. Our professional inventory management team runs a transparent process built on systems that are both legally compliant and consistent with industry standards. We also complied with all tax obligations annually. We disagree with the USAO's allegations concerning our business and remain appreciative of the extraordinary support our vendor partners have shown and continue to show throughout this process. Our success has made us an easy target caught in the middle of a U.S. financial and regulatory war with China, of which we have no part in. We look forward to defending our business and operating model while continuing to proudly serve the communities that have embraced us over the last 20 years. This complaint will not deter us from continuing to tell our stories and build a legacy of elegance, and we will continue to vigorously defend our businesses and all that they contribute to culture, commerce, and community. Now, look. I don't, from what he's saying, I mean, it's technically not illegal. What's going on shouldn't be illegal. It's only illegal because, or it's only being investigated because of the relationships with China and America, and that's a long study. What I will say is, and this is the whole reason why I even wanted to talk about this and make this into a conversation. Sneaker stores have been doing nefarious things for decades. When we talk about backdooring, when we talk about, creating status quos and upholding them to where just the average consumer can't get their sneakers that they wanted. When we talk about gatekeeping to another level, I correlate all that with the sneaker community because that's where I come from. That's where I come from. When I was younger, that's what I watched. When I was younger, that's what I was into heavy. And I'm still into it. But because of stuff like this, because of the gatekeeping, but because of the you got to know somebody, but because of the backdooring, but because of all the shenanigans that go into getting sneakers, I'm less into it. I'm less into it. Because I just wasn't in the inner circle. And even when I started to become a part of the inner circle, because I had a friend that worked at the House of Hoops on the south side of town. It was only House of Hoops at the time. House of Hoops wasn't like a mainstay. But he had connections with people at like Wish. He had connections with people at other little sneaker boutique stores in Atlanta. I'm not gonna lie. It just became nasty to me to know that with a quick conversation, with a hey, I need this, hey, I want this, I could get this over somebody who bust their ass working, standing in line just to get a shoe. To know that I could get it first. I mean, it's crazy. But you best believe that all these sneaker stores and sneaker boutiques, have been working with people overseas, have been working with Nike. We saw it came out a couple years ago that the Nike executive's son or something like that was stealing pairs and shit like that. I don't know if y'all remember that. Yeah, it's all a crooked and corrupt game, and social status is just another one that's being caught in the crossfire. I'm personally for burning all of the shit down. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm not with none of that. And I think people are so over it, and I think that that's why a lot of this stuff is becoming so accessible right now. Cause I'll be blunt, shoes to me are just super easy to get right now. Right at this very moment. Shoes are super, super, super easy to get. Super, super easy to get. Let's look at the. I want to show you a young Omeezy video. Old Meezy. I'm gonna try something a little different this time. Let's see how it works. What's going on? Yo, what the hell? I'm gonna try something a little different this time. Let's see how it works. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my. Why is it freezing? And why am I so loud on the microphone? Nigga said my skin looks completely different. Okay, it's a different camera. My channel today, I come to you with another banger. You already know who it is. It's your boy Omar, aka Omeezy, aka okay, Brother dude, Omar, please. BKA the Timeline Terrorist. Please name out. But you know who it is. If you're new to the channel, I digress. I didn't think I was gonna do a video about it, but I had to because you guys know that I love sneakers. But before we get into that, make sure y'all hit the please. This nigga's a yapper. And his video sucks so far. Okay, this is about the VP. I don't know why it's not loading, but this is about the VP and the VP's son. This is from 2 years ago. This is crazy. I'm gonna try something a little different this time. Let's see. Pulling out their phone and just sitting there, waiting for it to hit 10 o'clock just for them to lose at another drawing. I mean, it happens every West. Let me make sure I got his name right. West Coast Streetwear. It's an Instagram page of a guy who's a reseller, you know, and it's clear that he has bots and everything like that. He has tons, and I mean tons of photos where he has just mountains upon mountains of shoes. There's photos of him just laying on the shoes or has it stacked high. I mean, it's stacked past him. He has warehouses and everything. He's a reseller. So look at the shoes that he has. Apparently, what had happened in this story, because I don't know what this fucking professional yapper here. Apparently, this was somebody's son. This was a vice president of the sneakers app's son, and the reason why he was able to even get those sneakers is because they were doing something backdoor on the backside of the app and of the release, so he could get that. Now, I'm not gonna lie. It's a sneaky move. It's what you're supposed to do. Nepotism is real. However, it's fucked up for the sneaker game. It's fucked up. And I think as we get more into time, at least from my perspective, those status symbols and those status quos and all those things are starting to die. I think they're starting to die, and I applaud that, because you should be able to get whatever sneaker you want to get just by walking into the store. You should be able to walk into a store and get whatever sneaker you want, and I believe that. And hopefully it doesn't matter if you. I've been into Social Status is also owned by, Social Status and Manir are on the same like branch. I've been into those stores. I had to go into Manir yesterday in order to verify the raffle that I had purchased or that I had got into. They gonna look at you if you're not dressed a certain way. They gonna judge you. I don't think anything will happen to this dude, but I mean, Nike knows what they're doing. That's why they give those contracts to those certain people. But I hope all of that shit burns to the fucking ground.